citizens of the Reject Nation. It is John and Andrew back in action. We are once again headed off to war in cinema form. I've done a lot of these kinds of movies lately, and it's taken us all throughout American history. Today we're going to, I believe, the Vietnam War for We Were Soldiers. Again, I don't know all the history surrounding the situation. These movies especially kind of inspire me to go back and pick some of the history up that, I certainly should have gotten down better in elementary school, high school, college. But Andrew, are you excited for this?
I might be on a very small island with this comment. I really love the film that Leonardo DiCaprio did the very following year after Titanic, 1998's Man in the Iron Mask. I really enjoy that film. I've seen it so many different times. It was directed by the director of this film, Randall Wallace, as mentioned. So I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a sequel to the Man in the Iron Mask.
Yes.
And
well,
of course,
I mean, he was in the Mask, or the Man Without a Face. Thank you, with Mel Gibson, the 1993 film. I was like searching for the name in my head. There it is.
Yes. Man Without a Face. Fans, sound off in the comments. Leave a like on the video. Leave a like for veterans of the various regardless of how you feel about the politics of any war, it is a tremendous spiritual, physical, and psychological undertaking, and I'm very curious to see how this movie portrays that. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified whenever one of these reactions comes your way. As well, thank you to the folks at Prepper for chopping down these highlights. It is a task, and we very much appreciate their hard work on that. As well, we very much appreciate all of our super sexy rejects who have come on over to patreon.com/therealrejects. There, you can sync up with your own copy. Enjoy the full We Were Soldiers experience alongside Andrew and myself. It's like you're hanging with us in the living room, passing the popcorn. It's a good time. Gregg and I also have a bunch of other shows and movies we do react watch-alongs for over there. Come check it out. Become super sexy. And hey, teas like these available at rejectnationshop.com if you'd like to support in that fashion. Andrew, anything else to tell the people before we hop in?
No, not much else. Let's get into it, Janizio.
Let's do it.
These are the true events of November 1965, the Drang Valley of Vietnam.
Okay.
A place our country does not remember, and a war it does not understand.
That voice sounds so familiar.
War it does not understand.
This story is a testament to the young Americans who died in the Valley of Death, and a tribute to the young men of the People's Army of Vietnam who died by our hand in that place.
Oh, wow.
That's dark and deep.
So we're going to get both perspectives.
Sounds like Barry Pepper. I have not looked at the cast, I promise.
Maybe in June of 1954, when French group Mobile 100 moved into the same central highlands of Vietnam, where we would go 11 years later.
They look weary. I didn't realize France was involved with this conflict,
I was thinking that in my head, but I allowed you to say it.
Vous voyez quelque chose, hein, mon capitaine? Putain d'herbe, putain de chaleur, putain de pays.
Whoa! Oh, shit! Oh my god! Whoo! Whoa! Oh. Damn, that's a whole ambush. Wow. I wonder if they're visible in any of those prior shots. Oh! Ooh, Jesus. Ooh. Ooh. Right in the back.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, those camera shots. Ooh, so visceral.
Yeah, right in the POV.
Dude, I just thought it was like a bug flying in or something, and then it's like, subversion. No.
Whoa. That's kill all they send and they will stop coming. Oof.
Wow. That's a tone setter.
That was quite a gripping prologue. Yeah, when that first gunshot came in, I thought it was like smacking a mosquito or something.
Exactly.
Then,
exactly. That's like, wow.
The timbre of these drums is interesting.
Makes you think about another Mel Gibson war film, huh? A little bit. Wow, John, really?
I know. If it's not the Patriot, I will be upset, but yes.
That is.
Maybe this story begins in America.
White House anticipates a buildup and wants a victory over cavemen in black pajamas. They hadn't already beaten the French army. The French army? What's that?
Hey, I mean, they helped us win our independence. I know that much.
Jungles, mountains.
Sam Elliott, huh?
That's why we came up with a plan to use helicopters.
Chris Klein? Shit.
Leap in and out of battle. They want you to run the test on the idea. It'll take a hell of a combat leader.
Testing out helicopter combat?
He led a combat company in Korea. After that, he volunteered to test experimental parachutes. Experimental parachutes?
Yeah. What?
Sounds like just the guy.
I want to see some experimental parachutes.
Oh, wow. Major family man here.
I was going to say, does he have like 7 kids again?
Hey, how about we go back to bingo? What do you say? Bingo!
Aw. Y'all moving onto the base?
All right, John, I'm already worried. Family man. Hey!
Hey, oh.
Agent Coulson?
That's right.
There's an international relations from Harvard.
It's not one of those academic.
That stack of books says otherwise.
It's always hard fitting into a new place, John.
Okay, based on the book, we were soldiers once and young. Lieutenant Gwen on.
Ugh.
Wow.
Ugh.
Come on, two-time. You can't face anybody's uniform.
Ooh.
Did you see that, sportsman? Did you see that?
Knocked it out of the park.
Yes, very good form on that swing. As a baseball coach, I approve.
Is that Gregg Kinnear?
Yes, sir.
What was he using as a bat? Oh!
Oh, that would hurt so bad. Oh, that would hurt.
Yeah, jeez.
I believe you're out.
Yeesh. Whoa.
He's really tall.
You're a pilot?
He is.
Too tall, sir. You call, we haul.
Could
Is
have
he
been
really
large.
that tall, or did they put him on an apple box?
Out.
Safe.
Oh,
I mean, they haven't shown
that's
him in
gonna
a-
come back as a motif.
I haven't shown him in a wide shot, so I don't know.
So your men call you snake shit.
That's an affectionate appellation of my comrades in arms, sir, as I fly lower in the snake ship.
You know what air cavalry really means? Fly into hostile territory, outnumbered 10,000 miles from home.
Oof.
Sometimes the battleground's no bigger than a football field, and if the choppers stop coming, we all get slaughtered.
Ugh.
Now, I figure chopper pilots won't fly into hell for strangers, so no more.
Oh, I know, sir.
We are no longer strangers.
Guys look like shit, but your equipment is immaculate. Yesterday was Sunday. You didn't have to be training, but you were. And you got pilots like that Too Tall character. He's way outside the limits of Army Red. They want to fly with you for some reason. I guess it's because they think you're the best.
They believe in you.
It's because I only recruit the dumb ones, sir.
Smart.
I suppose I have a choice in all this.
You sure don't.
Oh, God, that glimmer in his eye. Woof.
Sam Elliott.
Without the mustache. Oh!
Oh, Gary Bertier from Remember the Titans?
He's in Saving Private Ryan, too.
Oh,
He's the
that's
guy who
right.
gets his hearing blown out.
You're right.
And he's in the best Coen Brothers movie, The Lady Killers.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oof. Get that long lens on that. Really accentuate that. John Hamm.
John Hamm, yeah.
Wow. I'm you this movie.
Right.
Point out everyone.
Yes.
Welcome to the new cavalry. We will ride into battle, and this will be our horse.
Oh, right on time. Requesting a flyby. Snake.
No, it's snake shit.
Ah, they just still need to paint the shit.
Call me Snake, John.
You don't have to catch it, don't have to feed it.
You gotta break it.
But I can assure you that neither the new technology nor your status as officers keep you above the danger.
That's fair.
Sergeant Major Plumley and I come from the paratroopers, where the officer is always the first one out of the plane.
Okay.
Because to follow your instincts and to inspire your men by your example, you have to be with them where the metal meets the meat.
Crazy ass job.
Sergeant Major Plumley made all 4 combat jumps in the 82nd Airborne during World War II, plus one more in Korea.
Woof.
He answers to me and to me alone. Now, I hope you gentlemen like training, because me and the Sergeant Major,
We love it.
we love it.
Yeah.
Did you write the script?
I write every script.
And you're not out. There is always one more thing you can do.
Okay. Duh.
Damn.
Just don't use it as an excuse.
Ripping that apart like tin foil.
God, the POVs on these chopper shots.
And be sharp, man. We will be the best platoon in this battalion. Be ready in there. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
Oh!
Your officer's dead. What do you do? What do you do? All right. He hesitated. He's dead.
Woo-hoo.
Get off the chopper. Get off of the chopper.
Jesus Christ. No matter what you do, just load out. Instinct. Go.
Come on in. You learn the job of the man above you, and you teach your job to the man below you in rank.
That's a good point.
Okay. That's smart.
Because in dire situations, shit happens. You know, I mean, you got to be prepared for everything.
Men will die.
Well, yeah, knowledge and skill is everything, too.
Yeah.
We got to fill in each other's blanks.
You said your prayers? No? Come on, I'll say them with you. Fall in.
Oh, man, those old portraits, too. Taking me back, that art style.
Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women.
Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Cecile, I don't hear you praying, honey.
We used to say this at least once a day in school growing up.
I want to be a Methodist like Mommy,
Whoa.
And why is that, honey?
so I can play whatever I want.
I tell you what, you wanna pray and thank God for our family?
Aw.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. Well, then let's do it. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women.
Oh, what a shot. Wowie.
I can hear you laughing.
I'm not laughing, I'm marveling.
Oh.
What?
That you can find stubbornness in your children and think it comes from anybody but you.
I'll give you something to marvel at.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Tickle fight. Highly skilled tickler.
Do we really want another kid? We've already got 5 or 6.
Nah, man. He's got to get up to 8 to outpace
Got to
himself.
surpass the Bradys.
Yeah.
When I pray, whatever I want, I thank God for you.
Aw.
Huh.
Did they have to cut there, John?
That was originally a 15-minute sequence.
Hey, American Pie's Chris Klein.
Oh, sure. And The Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh, God. I never saw that, but I know he's in that.
New rifles, too, the M16.
Oh, that's supposed to be a pretty good weapon.
And he was also in Just
Oh,
Friends.
snap.
Feels like a BB gun to me. I think I'll stick with my pistol.
Nah.
Are M16s just being introduced?
The leader must remain cool and calm. He must learn to ignore the explosion, the heat.
Oh, yeah.
It's normal on a battlefield. Normal.
Yeah. Oh, desensitize yourself. Is this a live radio feed or is this a recording?
That's our advisors in Vietnam. New radio's picking up atmospheric bounce.
Woof.
Forgot that actor's name, but he was in Buffy and also in Summer Catch.
When Crazy Horse was a baby, he nursed from the breast of every woman in the tribe. The Sioux raised their children that way.
Community.
Every warrior called every woman in the tribe mother. Every older warrior, they called him grandfather. And the point here is that they fought as a family.
Yep.
Teach them to take care of each other, because when this starts, each other is all we're going to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All you have is your big and little brothers.
Did you tune that in?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's fine. You're my radio operator.
Hey.
No, you'll be fine. You'll work it out.
You got this, man.
Very motivational.
Well, and there's that extra ounce of like, I'll give you some guidance, but I'll also just let you know, like, hey, figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
You've shown me enough.
Any of you some bitches calls me grandpa, kill you.
I like it. It's like the good cop, bad cop thing with the two of them.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about what Crazy Horse did. I wonder where they shot this, too.
Good question. Wherever it is, it looks hot as hell.
Yeah. And this is still supposed to be just America, right?
Everybody, take your boots off. Socks, too.
All right. Blisters galore.
What are we doing here?
Maybe he's giving him a manicure?
His feet are unscarred.
Or pedicure.
Nope.
I want you to draw fresh socks from supply. Keep your feet dusted with powder.
Interesting.
Damn, that was gnarly.
Now, that young man's a leader.
Yeah, clearly.
That other feller, that big strong one there, he wants to win medals.
Whoa. Jeez, he's already learned how to yell with the best of them.
I know that some of you are new to the Army, and all of us are new to this post, so I thought we could pull our resources and cover whatever questions we might have.
Really nailing the aesthetics and costume designs.
If the commissary is out of something, where's the best place to shop?
Well, I tried Big Stowe, and it's okay.
Oh!
Keri Russell.
Yeah.
That takes care of food shopping. So item number 2, laundry?
Oh, well, the base washing machines don't work. They're full of sand from the swamp missions.
Ugh. Oh, good.
In the meantime, the laundromat in town's okay, but they won't let you wash your colored things in their machine. They have a big sign right in the window says whites only.
Honey, they mean white people only.
Yeah.
That's awful. Your husband is wearing the uniform of a country that allows a place to say that his laundry's not good enough when he could die for...
I mean, I appreciate you now, but...
I'm sorry,
That's all right, but I know what my husband's fighting for, and that's why I can smile.
It's not the first time I've had this conversation.
My husband will never ask for respect, and he'll give respect to no man who hasn't earned it. The rest of his family is the same way. And anybody who doesn't respect that can keep his goddamn washing machine, because my baby's clothes are gonna be clean anyway.
Ooh, yeah. That's right. We are in the midst of the 60s. Civil rights movement, all that stuff. Jesus.
Oh, her water break. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Where's the best place to deliver a baby on the base? Run this up the chain of command. You'll make a fine private.
Oh, it's Chris Klein's with Keri Russell, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting from these images here.
At his age, I heard one of my new lieutenants just became a father. There
you go, yeah.
I just wanted to be here for a while before I held her.
Before the noise ensues.
Dagger already? What's that say?
Oh, Camille. Yeah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't you take that off. We need that on where it is. That's an order.
What do you think about being a soldier and a father?
He would know.
Yeah.
I hope that being good at the one makes me better at the other.
Between college and here, Barbara and I spent a year in Africa. We helped build a school for orphans.
Wow.
They were orphans because the warlord across the border didn't like their tribe.
Story of the world.
I know God has a plan for me. I just hope it's to help protect orphans.
And not create them.
Not make any.
Yeah.
Why don't we ask him?
Huh.
I pray you watch over the young men like Geoghegan that I lead into battle.
Absolutely.
You use me as your instrument in this awful hell of war to watch over them. Especially if there are men like this one beside me deserving of a future in your blessing and goodwill.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and one more thing, dear Lord, about our enemies.
Oh.
Ignore their heathen prayers and help us blow those little bastards straight to hell.
Oh, boy. God has a sense of humor. But also, I mean, it's a very interesting comment on the intermingling of war and faith.
Daddy?
Yeah.
What is a war?
Oh,
ooh, that's going to be an interesting one to explain to a child.
Asking the biggest questions before bed.
It's something that shouldn't happen, but it does. Some people try to take the lives of other people. And then soldiers like your daddy have to, it's my job to go over there and stop them.
Yeah, how do you break this down?
Can you try to take your life away, Daddy?
Oof.
Well, yes, Cecile, you're going to try. But I'm not going to let him.
Aww. Yeah, how do you explain war to someone so little without going into like all the ideological muck?
I think that was a fair explanation to a child. How he described it.
Huh. What can we learn from them? Where can we succeed where they did not?
Man, they're so young, and now they sent me a new crop even greener. When I look at them, I see our boys.
Well, then you're just the man to lead them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good point. As if they were my own family.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love this theme so far about family.
And it's an interesting, I mean, like, I associate especially Vietnam War movies with being much more, like, gruff and more in line with, like, a Full Metal Jacket, whereas this is much more human in a different way.
Right.
Commanding General, General Westmoreland, what more he needs to meet this mounting aggression.
Oh, man.
I have today ordered to Vietnam the Air Mobile Division and certain other forces which will raise our fighting strength from 75,000 to 125,000 men.
Oh, boy.
That is a lot.
Additional forces will be needed later.
Ugh, I just got the
bodies
chills.
on a pile.
Get out your best dresses, ladies.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to celebrate.
There go. Oh no. I'm coming. I'm home.
I didn't hear the president mention a state of emergency.
No, he didn't.
Is it?
We form a division using techniques that have never been attempted in battle against an enemy with 20 years of combat experience on his ground, 12,000 miles away from our ground.
That's underestimating the opponent.
And right before the army sends us into the fight, they take away a third of my men.
I don't like it any better than you do, Hal.
No.
It's a little worse than that.
You saw this coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's why I gave me that new crop of platoon leaders.
Ugh.
Korea didn't teach him anything.
Politicians?
Oh, Jesus. Does anything teach politicians anything?
It's just numbers and body counts to them. They don't give a shit.
I guess you would want to have a big old party. Want to have one last burst of joy before you head out into the thick.
Yeah, maybe when they're in the rough trenches in those awful conditions, this is a memory they can hold on to.
Surely.
By the way, Hal, since we're being deployed, they're renumbering the units.
Of course.
You're now the commanding officer of the 1st Battalion of the 7th Cavalry.
Oh.
The 7th.
It's a lucky number.
Same regiment as Custer.
Ah.
Sure.
Woof. There's an interesting, like, analogous, like, poetic quality they're going with this, too.
Yeah.
Like, incorporating other elements of war history and applying it to this war.
It's an interesting contrast, too, between the men and the women. The men are, like, putting on happy faces, and the women are, like, trying to stay strong for them as well.
Yeah, it's like all the wives have the foreboding of, like, I'm about to lose. Like, they all have that, but I feel like, yeah, in the wives, it's much more somber, and in the guys, it's like, we got to boost our collective morale, you know, one more time before we go. It's funny, yeah, it's like they're really playing on the humanity to, I imagine, enhance the tragedy later on.
I assume that's his will. Yeah, he knows what he's walking into.
Huh. Is that Custer? Maybe he won't be doomed to repeat the history.
7th Cavalry, we got a captain from the Ukraine, another from Puerto Rico. We've got Japanese, Chinese, black, Hispanics, Cherokee Indians.
Oh, wow.
Now, here in the States, some men in this unit may experience discrimination because of race.
Huh.
For you and me now, all that is gone.
I hope so.
We're moving into the valley of the shadow of death.
Fear no evil.
We are going into battle against a tough and determined enemy.
Yeah.
I can't promise you.
Ooh.
I will bring you all home alive. But this, I swear, that when we go into battle, I will be the first to set foot on the field.
Lead by example.
And I will be the last to step off.
Damn.
And I will leave no one behind.
Wow.
Dead or alive, we will all come home together.
That's quite a promise.
What comic
is that a comic? Yeah, I was going to say.
Is he reading Captain America?
It was so difficult to tell, I'm sure.
What issue was it, Andrew?
I was going to say our lovely subscribers maybe will let us know.
Sleep well, little ones.
Yeah. Oh, this poor. I mean, just obviously any women of that are wives of men who go to war. I can imagine how many sleepless nights they get. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like a whole unique life that you become part of a special club, sort of, I would imagine.
Right.
Probably hard to find people you can really identify with.
I love that we're getting to spend a lot of time with these characters, like before, going to Vietnam.
Yeah, it's like we've got the harsh physical side of it, but it's really much more about just like the mental undertaking of all this.
But it also, like, humanize these characters, and we're emotionally invested in them before.
Oh, sure.
All the craziness ensues. And like Chris Klein, like he hasn't even been on screen very much, and like I'm extremely invested in his character.
Yeah, I feel for that guy for sure.
Just how compassionate he is, and
and like the amount of like spirituality they've been honing in on, and acknowledging, like the conflict between.
What a shot that you can almost see like a tear in her eyes. He's leaving.
Yeah.
Wow. Great shot by Randall Wallace. Yep, you see the tear coming? There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, what an effective damn shot. Ooh.
Let it
that gave me
believe that
chills.
she left asleep.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, that gave me chills, man. Oh, I feel for her. It's like I don't want you to leave, and I don't want to raise these children alone.
Oof. God, that pan.
Yeah, we always talk about that on this channel, visual storytelling, and that told a lot, that look.
Just walking alone down that long, windy road. Just disappearing off into the shadows. No, go to him! Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
Is he gone? Oh. No. There are the tears, John.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who is that actress?
She looks so damn familiar. It's actually, I've been like pondering this whole reaction. See, people, I don't always look on IMDb before we start.
There is an actor you don't know.
I know, right?
For a second there, that pin got me thinking of the North Star. Looks more like a leaf. Wow, God, the shadows.
Yeah, it's really interesting lit. I like it.
Nicely done.
Brothers in arms. All coming together.
Yeah. Well timed and well lit. And the steady buildup of this music cue, this like prolonged swell. It's like it's got the heroism tones, but it's also tense and dramatic and kind of mournful. Yeah, this feels so different from most war movies I'm used to watching. Like there's a totally different element of compassion behind the camera.
Damn.
Gary Owen. Oh no! No! Who won?
Last night, the enemy hit our camp at Plumley.
How many casualties?
None. The enemy forces withdrew toward this mountain near the Cambodian border. How many men do you have battle ready, give or take?
395, sir. Exactly.
No give, no take.
What do you estimate the enemy strength?
We appraise our numbers as manageable, Colonel.
That's not a number.
You have no idea.
We have no idea.
Ugh.
Find the enemy and kill him.
Okay, simple. We have no idea how many numbers are going. Let's just go in.
Naturally, we chase him, of course.
Ugh.
Smell like an ambush to you?
And he's clearly a strategist, as we saw earlier. So it's like not knowing the numbers is like, I don't like this.
Yeah, this whole thing.
Round trip a chopper, 30 minutes. That means the first 60 men on the ground will be there a half hour alone.
I really appreciate how much of a strategist he is.
I think maybe you ought to get yourself that M16.
Time comes I need one, sir. There'll be plenty of them lying on the ground.
Yeah.
How many of us will be lying on the ground?
I mean, they're really making it very hard for him to be effective in what he does because they gave him this already. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying like him as specifically in his strategic ways because they gave him this already difficult task, and now they're giving him another difficult task with like you don't know the numbers and all this other crap.
Oh yeah, this whole again,
it's like
the little I know about this conflict, this whole thing is a mess, and like. Yeah, it's good that he has all that knowledge and interest in history because I bet he can rely on that, but also you're in uncharted territory with a kind of combat that's untested.
It's like, guys, you're not giving me a lot to work with here.
Which I imagine is the constant struggle of, being an officer in the thick of it versus, being back in Washington or wherever else the orders are coming from.
See if I can say the word. Thanks to bureaucracy.
November 14th, 1965. Before that day, the soldiers of North Vietnam and those of America never met each other in a major battle.
Oh, no. So different from Ride of the Valkyries. Totally different vibe. There is nothing like these kind of Vietnam War shots, though. These, like, aerial chopper shots. Like, such a distinct genre motif.
Whoa! Whoa! Damn, I thought we were, again.
I thought, we were the POV.
Yeah, shit.
Ooh. Nice. It's always funny to me, they must be shooting these scenes from a helicopter.
Yeah.
Way before drones.
He wasn't lying, he's lower than snake shit. always fascinated by the psychology of what goes through a soldier's minds right before you get into the thick of battle. Like for me personally, you can make the argument I'm a wimp, but I would have a major panic attack.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people would. Oh, damn. We getting a perspective shift?
Yeah, we usually don't really see from the others, from Vietnam side, at least in the movies I've watched. Damn,
wow.
That's a sick shot.
Those like swirls.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Oh my God, I'd be so scared as an actor just to be out of the helicopter like that with the I mean, sure there were safety procedures, but still.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Wow.
Landing zone X-ray. Damn, are we just right to it?
Are they firing at anyone?
They must be, but Jesus. Whoa. These aerial shots.
Yeah. Who are they firing? They're just firing into the woods?
I guess. Trying to anticipate an ambush.
Oh.
It's so
the insects buzzing, remember like last time?
Yeah. Whoa! Like a 70s zoom. Some interesting cinematography choices. Like some stuff feels very quintessential war movie, and then there are other choices that are very kind of different from that, at least in my view of these. Oh!
Let's take him prisoner! Lieutenant!
Oh no, no, booby trap! Ah!
Yeah, no.
Hey, I got something here. I got a boy.
Oh.
Ask him where his friends are.
He said this is base camp for whole division.
What?
4,000 men.
Oh, yeah. Damn. To 300 and something that they have? 395 or whatever? Sheesh.
He said they want to kill American very badly.
Oh, wow.
Did not been able to find any yet.
Whoa. That's got to do something to your morale.
Oh, shit.
I think they're about to get their wish.
You take the radio.
Oh, boy.
Sir, we gotta get that guy.
Not being a good leader, just running into an ambush.
Captain, you call in all the patrols. We have to regroup and engage the enemy as far right now.
Oh.
Neck call. This is Trojan 2. Grab the wounded. Break contact.
And reinforcements, Coulson.
Oh.
Everybody down. Down.
Oh, God, that pan down. Oh.
Come on.
It's all over for me. Hey, Hamm.
Ah.
Take a run.
Ooh. God, this POV.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Trojan 2, come in, over. Hey, ready, calm down.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
Wow, man.
Almost, I thought he got hit for a sec.
I mean,
We have a hot LZ. This is Trojan 2.
No, he's just smoking a cigar.
Jesus, man.
Whoa. I love that his helmet says snake shit.
I know they added the shit to it.
They're gonna try and flank us.
I would love to know what all the different patches and stuff mean, too. Wow, what a shot. Like landing right on top of the camera.
Oh, he's bleeding out, man.
Sir, sit down. I'll let him get the signals codes.
Roger that, sir. Roger that.
Wow, man.
I'm glad I could die for my country.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Oh. Ooh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tell my wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need artillery to these coordinates. 93301.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, shit.
Copy, we are cut off.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Damn.
What a contrast.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
They're right on top of us, sir. Bring it in close.
Close as you possibly can.
Oh.
God, and yeah, they got all this like extra camouflage leaves and stuff.
It's what happens when you underestimate your opponent.
I mean, yeah, you want to talk about fierce strategy right now. I wonder how they rehearse this, because there's so much camera motion that's based on blocking and character motion. Like, and to make that all look natural is not easy.
You don't find some cover, you're gonna go down. If you go down, we all go down. Come on!
Ugh. Oh!
How do you make any sense of this? Like, when you're in the thick of it, like. Wow.
I love seeing both perspectives. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're watching the strategies of both.
I'm curious to learn the Vietnamese perspective as on the human side, but yeah, like it is fascinating to get a glimpse at both in the tactical setting.
I want you to keep trying to raise those medevac boys.
Oh! Whoa! Was that Coulson who just got hit?
Sure looks like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Give me all the air support you can give me on that mountain. I need you to burn them out on hilltops.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Whoa!
Shit.
Damn, that's all practical.
Yeah, man. Whoever's on the pyro for this movie, impressive.
Yeah, job well done. Oh, damn, what a task.
Wow, man. I was going to say, there's nothing like those old school explosions.
I mean, I don't mind CGI if done right and the illusion is done, but I appreciate this so much more.
Well, and for a war movie like this, it lends infinitely more authenticity when
sure.
you know it's in camera.
I agree.
No, Jesus. Don't crash into each other. Wow. Just flinging dudes out.
Oh!
Ah.
Ooh.
Ah.
Shit.
And that looked like a pretty realistic helicopter crash. I feel like most times you see a helicopter crash, it just explodes like immediately, but yeah.
Right.
Still trying to flank us. Stretch out along the line.
Oh! There's no time to relax.
Yeah. There's no time to think or breathe or anything.
All 7th Cav Air units, LZ X-ray is closed.
I don't like it. First time out, a whole battalion massacred. I think this is a massacre.
I mean...
Losing a colonel's a massacre. Moore is still fighting. He's under strength against more men than he can count. He's got a whole platoon lost. They're not lost. They're only cut off and surrounded.
Yeah.
Tomato, bro.
Yeah.
They're not lost.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Wow.
Colonel is snake shit too tall. Coming in with 2 full loads of ammo. Crandall, we've blown a new LZ.
When you come in from the east.
God, it's like, not only are you decimating life and limb, but you're also just decimating all the earth around.
Too tall, follow the colonel to the new LZ.
Whoa. Oh, too tall. The tall guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a second.
All right, get down. Get on. Come on, bring him on.
He said he'd always be the last one to step off the battlefield.
Yeah, first one on.
First one on, last one off.
You hang on. I'll see you back there, Ray.
No!
Oh, buddy.
Oh, man. Oh, of course. Jesus Christ.
Doc, you give his water to the wounded. Out of water. Must be terrible for him.
Very, very much a leader. I gotta say, in the midst of all this shit, I would feel much more calm in that guy's presence. It is fascinating. Like, even in a hopeless situation, like, the right leader can probably at least calm your nerves a little bit. Like, I can't imagine the mental gymnastics of existing under these circumstances.
Oh!
Wow! We doing napalm? Oh, it's phosphorus. Ooh.
Are you cutting his face?
Wow. Wow.
God.
Is that what you have to do? Is that the nature of that chemical reaction? Just like it won't stop?
You hit? No, I'm okay. Our guys are gonna come for us, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta keep morale up right now.
Plug his wound.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Stay strong.
Yeah, he's having to grow into the leadership role.
Well, yeah, we talked about that. They foreshadowed that earlier with, like, if he dies or he dies, you got to know what to do.
I want you to go over there and reinforce yourself on that ridge there. Look. Yes, sir. Okay, keep your head down.
Had to be a tough order to give.
It's just fire in all directions.
Yeah, like, are you going to make it to a place to get some shots off? Like,
We got an American platoon out there. An air cav platoon cut off out there.
Air Cav. Gary Owen.
Oh!
Jeez, man. This is relentless. Wow! Oh, my God.
Barry Peppers entered the film.
Yeah.
Not via narration anymore.
You got enough room for one more. If you're crazy enough, get in.
It's like I did Saving Private Ryan. Gotta go to this film now.
There's like a list of actors who are in like every war movie.
What a
Wow,
shot. Woo-hoo.
man.
That is chef's kiss beautiful.
What are those lights down there? Enemy soldiers. They use candles on the trail.
Jeez. How do you see where you're going?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you could see the candles, but
yeah, how do you not like clip a tree somewhere?
That is a look of determination and courage.
Question is, what is his specialty? Is he a sniper again?
Not a sniper this time, I would imagine. But we'll see. Never know. He might just be a sniper every war film he's in.
Yeah, how much time has it been? We've been here like all day. We got here like 10 a.m., right?
The hell are you? I'm a reporter, sir.
Oh, well, we did hear him narrating, so.
You got more enemy coming too, sir. Saw a whole chain of lights coming down the mountain on the way in. That's so? Yes, sir. Well, I can't guarantee your safety. Yes, sir, I know. Where you from, son? From Imperial, Texas, sir.
Oh.
Well, that's the first thing I heard all day that makes any sense.
It's giving me some full Metal Jacket vibes with Matthew Modine's character.
Sure.
Whiskey 6, Trojan 3, Fire Mission, Tango, Foxtrot, 4-9er, 6-5, 6-9er.
Oh, boy.
Oof.
5:30, boy.
Those medical doctors in the war field, they are just relentlessly working like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
That is quite a striking image.
Yeah.
Imagine him too, like a pilot. Forget like all the battle you're seeing. Think about all the screams you're hearing in your on your aircraft.
Every time you come in and pick up a new round of wounded, like, oh yeah, buddy, I feel you.
You led my men into a hot LZ.
Yeah, somebody had to fly out the wounded.
No, don't you play hot shot with me.
Oh.
If you ever do it again, I'm gonna have you busted.
Daniel Roebuck.
Face me, but not the face me.
Whoa, dude, no.
If I ever see you again, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
It's like, today is not the day to mess with me.
Yeah.
Quite a day, huh?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Tomorrow will be worse.
Yeah.
If I make it to tomorrow.
Yeah, now you know what you're in for.
Like I said, that first scene was, action-wise, quite a tone setter. Almost looked like Tom Berenger for a sec.
I need elimination 650150.
Damn, that's right. They're still out there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That was insane!
Artillery on previously established targets. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie.
Oh boy.
Whoa!
Save your ammo. Fire.
That was one of the most intense reveals I've ever seen.
You guys are coming. You gotta let us know. It's pitch black out here. I don't want to shoot any of our own guys. Copy?
Yeah.
Savage, we can't make it tonight.
You gotta be strong.
Don't worry. You're gonna make it. We'll come get you in the morning.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What are you gonna tell the kid? I mean, it's tough. It's pitch black. It's not like it's hard. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I get it too at the same point.
No, it's the ultimate conundrum. It's like, how truthful do you be? How do you try and still, not destroy the morale? Like, what do you say? That's the thing too, is it really enhances like those little messages, and the delivery of those messages and how they are articulated is important. Could make all the difference in someone's spirit.
Keep it up. How you boys doing? You keep at it. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll be fine.
I'm again, forget the personal shit. I'm really appreciating Mel Gibson's performance and his character.
Yeah.
How is it out there, Colonel?
We're surrounded, but we're holding on, sir.
Yeah, how many guys you got now?
I got to know where all my boys are.
You'll get it, Hal.
When?
Here they come.
Captain Edwards. We need illumination on.
I have a feeling he's really going to keep to that word of not stepping off that battlefield till every man is collected off that field.
To the best of your ability. What a cut. What a cut.
What a transition.
Wow.
From battlefield to vacuuming at home.
The war at home.
Darn it, what movie has she been in? Really kicking me right now. You guys can put it in the comment section, but just know I will have already checked by them. But again, feel free to have already put it in there.
I'm going to make sure you don't check.
Yes,
I'm going to make sure you're
John's going to hold my hand.
Constant wondering until someone comments.
He's going to hold my hands.
Kathy?
What do you think? She had Keri Russell's? Is my guess. I don't know.
Kathy?
Oh, she got the letter.
Oh,
A telegram. Cab delivers a telegram.
no.
The secretary will meet me.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Clutch him tight.
Man, that hits hard, dude.
Yeah. And they have the exact opposite experience of just like waiting in constant tension and silence. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
There's more?
Oh, this guy's a character actor, too.
I need help finding an address.
Oh.
Jackass! Do you know what this is? Do you know what you just did to me?
Ugh.
Oh, poor guy. Poor her, poor him, poor everyone.
I don't like this job, ma'am. Just trying to do it.
Wait.
Oh, just to see who's it for.
I'll take it to her.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Sheesh.
That's a good idea.
And tell the cab company if there are any others, just bring them to me.
Wow.
Oh, she's gonna try and comfort old. Oh man,
that character.
It's a defining moment, but damn, that is tough. Shit.
I admire.
I admire it
the
too.
compassion this movie is leading with.
No chaplains or counselors, cab drivers? The army wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Oh.
Who's it for?
It's not only brothers in arms, but women together
Sisters in
too.
arms.
Yeah.
It's people and it's everyone together somehow.
Oh.
No.
No.
Oh, that hurts.
I thought she would hate me. Your husband didn't start the war. They all knew this could happen, and so did we.
Oh God. Oh man, that's a lot.
And shooting through the screen door like it's a funeral veil.
We'll do one at a time.
Oh my
God,
God.
that is a stack.
I mean, that's at least like 20 to 30. Oh God. Oh.
Little details, man, like that handhold. And to have your whole life moved somewhere and then to have to sit alone and wait for some kind of update, like...
Oh, the little ones.
Yeah, right. it's a chain. It's like we got to deliver the letters to wives and mothers who then have to deliver that information to kids and relatives. And like in its own way, even this is a unit.
I was gonna say that was kind of a battle in itself, just having to do that.
That's all part of the bigger picture of the whole situation.
Out of the depths I cry unto thee, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. Thou, O Lord, shalt mark our iniquities.
Is Barry Pepper supposed to be one of the guys who wrote the book?
Possibly. That would be a astute and intuitive guess.
Grant them eternal rest, O Lord, and may perpetual light shine upon them.
I would guess on the trivia we might find that out, or someone will let us know in the comments.
You got a death wish, Galloway?
No, sir.
Well, then why are you here?
I'm with him on that comment.
Someone's got a report.
Because I knew these dead boys would be here, sir.
Why aren't you a soldier?
My daddy was a soldier. My granddaddy, 2 of my great-granddaddies were soldiers. Hell, that's how I came to be.
Sure.
So each of them lost a leg in the Civil War.
Ugh.
Great-granddaddy Galloway, he lost his left, and my great-granddaddy Reed lost his right.
Huh.
And they met in a shoe store in Galveston. Every year after that, the same date, same store. They get together and pick out a brand new pair of shoes for the 2 of them.
Did they wear the same size?
Anyway, one had a daughter, one had a son. My grandparents.
Wow.
What the hell do you suppose the odds of them having the same shoe size were?
I don't know,
What a fascinating story.
You know, Sir Galloway's have been in every war this country's ever fought. When it came to this one, I didn't think I could stop a war. You know, I just thought maybe I might try and understand one.
Sure.
Maybe help folks back home understand. I just figured I could do that better in shooting the camera than I could shooting rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would this have been a turning point too for like war reporting? Because you probably could deliver images and information at least faster than ever before. And this does seem like a pretty highly publicized conflict.
Ta đã thử biết được kỹ thuật và khả năng của chúng. Pháo binh của chúng bắn áp sát đến gần. Tôi muốn tất cả các đồng chí nắm lấy thắt lưng địch mà đánh.
Got their own strategist leader rather.
Well, yeah, and they're at home base.
Yeah, true. And they've also got way more men.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that on both sides.
I was like, are these 2 opposing battalions? Or are we just looking at one battalion?
How do you not make a sound like that?
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
You can see his eye.
Whoa.
Safety's up, John.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
The element of surprise is a formidable attack, my friend.
It is one of the biggest assets.
Dude, I gotta find out who the composer is. It's really good.
What a horror.
Ugh.
Oh, just evolving into a fist fight. Whoa. God. At what point does a battle become just people murdering each other?
That's a very good question.
I guess it's all the same, but... Oh.
I can't even imagine how many bodies just hit the floor in that 12 to 18 hour span or 24 hour span, whatever it was.
What is it, sir? Nothing's wrong, except there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Come on, pass the word on. Every man, fire 3 rounds and anything that looks suspicious to my signal.
Hey. Wow, man. Wow! There's so many of them. Oh, I forgot you need a guy to like feed the...
Yeah, so they don't get... I think so they don't get stuck. I don't know.
No, yeah, probably say they don't tangle up or whatever and jam.
Captain Edwards, Charlie Company on the ridge. Bob. They're inside the artillery. I need reach.
Oh!
Bob.
God, he got that big old ring on. Whoa, whoa!
We know it's Chris Klein just from the wristband.
Oh, yeah, the little charm bracelet. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, no!
Man.
You know he's running back in after him. He's compassionate like that. Oh, damn. No, no!
Oh, shit.
No!
Oh, God.
Tell Charlie Company to get real small in there. Hold up, gonna drop some artillery right on top of you, sir.
Jeez.
We're gonna win this fight.
Sure. I don't know, man. Oh, wow. What a hiding place. Wow.
Oh, no. Is that Colonel Moore?
Wow, man.
Sam Elliott gonna jump in the way?
The way they're shooting this sequence.
Whoa!
Oh, wow, man.
Get out of the way!
Wow.
Whoa!
Ooh, ooh.
Get a medic over here!
You need like a whole battalion of medics.
I got a baby being born today. Oh, wow, congratulations. Thanks.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh.
No! We also got a camera tech out here.
Can't take no pictures lying down there, Sonny.
Jesus, man. This is a good spot.
Oh.
Sir, I'm a non-combatant, sir.
Ain't no such thing today, boy.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's probably a better idea to have one of those right now.
Yeah, you're probably gonna at least need to cover yourself.
These tubes are red hot, sir. I'm afraid we gonna cook a round off and blow us all up. And we can't cool them all because we're all out of water.
That is a fair conundrum.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
It took me a second to realize what he was doing.
Yeah, everybody gather around. Let off some steam.
Like I said, master strategist.
True that, man. True that.
Prepare to defend yourselves.
It's in your blood, boy. Ooh. Ooh.
Ah.
Yeah.
Chúng ta đã chọc thủng được tới một vùng địch. Nói Marc, chúc mừng chúng ta đã đánh tan được bọn Mỹ.
Wow.
Our perimeter is collapsing. Alpha Company and Bravo Company cannot hold. Charlie Company is being overrun.
Let's find a good place to think, man.
Broken arrow.
Ah.
Broken arrow. I'll say again. Broken arrow.
Is that from your Custer playbook?
Broken arrow? That means that an American rout's been overrun, causing every combat aircraft for support.
Ooh.
There's no hiding it now.
Oh, from Dark
That
Knight.
guy, yeah.
And you killed 2 of my friends.
Yeah, you want to know which of them were cowards?
Or 6 of my, whatever the line was, I forgot.
Yeah.
He just looks a little different here.
Wow. The evolution of combat planes over time, too, is fascinating.
Wow! Whoa!
They stacked up at every 1,000 feet, from 7 to 35,000. We'll get them, sir.
At every 1,000?
Anything north on our position at 150.
So you got like 20 some odd planes up there?
Whoa!
It's a wall of fire.
Sheesh.
Jesu Christe. The swirls of the plumes of...
Wow.
315 degrees and 050 meters. Charlie, call that son of a bitch out. Call the point now.
Oh. Jeez, man. Whoa. Yeah, I was going to say, that spilled over.
Charlie, Listen to me. You're
Yeah.
keeping us alive now. You forget about that one. And you keep them coming in. You're doing well, son.
Wow.
702. Attack against the tree line.
Got him. The amount of mental fortitude you must have to have, which I know is an understatement, but like, oh. Oh. Was that the medic? Oh.
Oh, boy. Is that the guy who just had a baby?
Jimmy! Can you hear me? It's Joe! It's Joe Galloway! Doc's giving you morphine. We're gonna get you out of here.
Yeah. You can go see the kiddo.
We gotta get him to the landing zone! Grab his leg!
Ah!
Oh no. Oh no.
Ah!
Oh my god! I have never seen that before. Every war movie brings some unique contribution to the pantheon of cinema carnage based on real carnage. That
was a new one.
But yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like, the second he was like, grab his legs, I was like, what is it gonna be?
Yeah.
Oh, the poor guy. Poor everyone. Oh.
Is Barry Pepper getting in? Oh. Oh. What a shot.
Wow, man. Completely sad and completely horrific all in the same stroke. Like, ooh.
Whoa. Ugh.
Yeah. Tell the stories. Capture the spirits. Are these real shots, I wonder? Or if these are made for the movie?
I think they are, but I don't know. Are they still hiding?
Sergeant Silent! You guys still here?
Oh, wow. What shape are they in?
Dude, the mental fortitude to take leadership like that and to keep going when you had no help coming that night before. That is damn impressive.
And no knowledge of if anyone will ever come and find you. Anyone
Seems
friendly.
to be in pretty decent shape.
They held out.
That was mighty impressive. Courageous.
Just the mental fortitude.
Yeah. Well, he had a good teacher, too.
That's a nice day, Sergeant Savage.
Ugh.
40 dead, 2 unaccounted for, sir.
Are the 2 unaccounted for Chris Klein and the other guy, or?
Could be.
Willie and Chris Klein?
Savage is a whole different person now.
Since most of the men being loaded on the choppers are from Charlie Company, I want you to take their place. I'll show you where after dark. Follow me. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Damn, dude, Mel Gibson or Colonel Moore is still staying in the fight. It's like, nope, I'm sticking to my word. Last man off this field.
Absolutely leading with example here.
Is there a possibility Chris Klein survived with those 2 gunshots?
He looked like a goner, but you never know.
Just because a lot of times with these main characters, they've been panning in on them after they're gone.
Sure.
So
everyone's getting a moment.
Yeah, and
they're both looking up at the same moon right now.
Yeah.
The
2 leaders of these units.
Captain, you ought to have men dig some fire and steps in these holes. Throw some dirt on those bodies. Keep the smell down.
Roger, Sergeant.
Gotta make sure she'd sign up for submarines.
I am in a fight, and I object to this order to return to Saigon. Now, I will not leave my men. Is that clear? Out.
Jeez, that's that.
Really is a courageous and incredible leader, dude. I mean, also, too, you could make a point like, hey, he's got his kids to think about. He could easily just get off the battlefield right now. Wow. What a shot. All the bodies, the
Yeah.
How it's lit.
I mean, big respect going out there for those two. You don't know where they could be, and you're still looking for them.
Especially how the music turned there.
Yeah, nightmare music.
Oh, no. All right.
Confirmed. Because, yeah, I mean, the wounds he sustained.
I was going to say.
That.
Yeah, that would have been very difficult.
No matter editing going to save you from the... the ring.
Man.
Oh, no. No.
She can't walk. Keri Russell can't walk with you to this one.
Brought another. Oh, God. Julie, it's yours. No.
No? It's yours. Carry it with you. Is that John Hamm here still?
He died keeping my promise.
Oh.
Yeah, never to leave a man on the battlefield.
Sir, they're ordering us all out. All of us.
Oh, it is him.
March reinforcements in.
They don't understand a damn thing, do they?
Nope.
He's waiting up there in a cave, and that's what he wants. The minute he sees live soldiers hopping on a helicopter, he'll be all over us, and then he'll get it.
Yeah.
Requesting permission to rejoin the line, sir.
All right, son.
I love the inspiration he invokes in his soldiers, especially in a situation like this.
I wonder what was going through Custer's mind when he realized he led his men into a slaughter.
Sorry, Custer was
Sure.
Right now, they're planning their final attack, the one that's going to finish us off. Come dawn, they'll hit us with everything they got. Oh, that's what I'd do if I was him.
They do think alike strategically.
Yeah.
It's like there's a respect level there, too, I feel.
Sir Major, hand out the last of the ammunition.
Hand out the last of it.
Ugh.
Go down swinging.
What have they... Has it been a couple days now they've been fighting? Or something like that?
How it seems like, yeah.
Nhớ các đồng chí đã anh dũng hy sinh trong trận chiến đấu khốc liệt này.
I feel like they are going to be ready because you both think alike.
As the chess game now.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't seem like we've had much opportunity to spread out, but we're at least learning a bit about the terrain and the tactics. God, man.
A relentless amount of reinforcement. It's like the Battle of Helm's Deep. Whenever you think, and not to compare, I'm just talking about reinforcement-wise levels. It's just whenever you think it's like, all right, we've gotten through swarms of waves. No, there's more and more and more.
And more and more.
Yes, obviously I'm not comparing real life to fantasy, people. Please do not mistake me.
Yeah, okay. Day 3.
Okay, so it was a couple days, okay. It did a good job of like feeling that time lapse because that's what it did feel like to me. That's why I said a couple days. So like
Yeah, it's like there is, you know, the time moves cinematically, but it does feel about like two days, the start of a third day.
Yeah. It's like you feel it too.
As someone with a poor concept of time in general, that's kind of impressive to me.
Is that the song we said earlier with the you said it was the Scottish guy singing and they were on the helicopters coming to battle? Is this the same? Or is it a different one? I don't know. It might be a different one.
Sounds...
Ooh.
Sounds like the same song. Or same artist, maybe. Oh, man.
You know the difference, though, between Colonel Moore and the other strategic guy? And respect to both of them. He's actually out there battling Colonel Moore.
He is. You got to give him mad respect for that.
Damn. Now the music's like ramped up into war action mode.
I would also like to know what the unique history of the bugle as it pertains to wars across history. God, these drums and this throat singing.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Oh.
Ah! Whoa.
Ah! Oh, what a shot. No!
Yeah.
Oh!
Back up.
Snake shit to the rescue.
Yeah.
And too tall.
He's got a really interesting presence in this movie, the way they're incorporating Snake.
Ooh!
Yeah, front of the helmet.
Damn.
Oh, jeez, boy. Imagine, dude, like
I mean, those
a
bullets
rifle's
are going
bad enough, but yeah,
those
like
bullets
a
are going
helicopter's
so many.
caliber bullet,
Yeah.
like, oh,
I mean, those are like minigun bullets,
like
right?
yeah. I mean, it'll just rip you up, blow you to bits. When they come. And they got those juicy squibs on this.
I was gonna say hats off to the squib team.
The practical,
practical and all that.
Yeah, I gotta imagine like the physical effects unit must have been crazy on this. The amount of like spark and
Can you imagine when they had to redo takes? Like, oh my god! Like, let's try and nail it on one take, please.
And I mean, blood gags, gore gags, like those are hard to make work.
Dude, the score synthesizing, and then along with the song, it's like
a funeral march.
Oh wow! Oh, you see the blood on the camera?
Yeah.
Wow. And just like in the beginning when they took the trumpet from the French.
Yeah.
All right, into the mountains.
Into the mines of Moria.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
You're wearing a Custerfeld, sir. I'll ask him.
Huh.
Oh, you were not expecting that, were you?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I wanted to know what he said there. Maybe retreat. Let's get out of here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, move to whatever next location we can set base camp up in.
As I just mentioned, I would expect that's the last thing he expected.
I mean, he's certainly had the upper hand this whole time.
For
he's
sure.
definitely going to have to adjust to this.
Self-destruct, blow the base up. But again, Colonel Moore being the strategist he is, I would assume he knows he's out of there already.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like they can just pack and take any sensitive stuff or destroy it. Because, too, if you were to, like, blow your base, then you would call attention back to yourself.
The red book.
Yeah, there you go. What's this guy have to say?
That's sensitive information, but I'm surprised they would let that guy go out onto the field with sensitive information.
Do we know what he was writing down?
I don't know.
I mean, that could just be his own
Just
little
like
diary.
a diary.
Yeah.
Because we did see a picture, I would assume, of his wife, I think.
This is any woman. Oh, my God. Oof. Oh, wow.
This is
wow.
for them to collect their bodies after they leave.
Body for the pile. Oh, man. Huh. God, that guy just standing there all catatonic like.
I would imagine I'd have the same type of reactions.
Checking the dead enemies for documents. Found this on the guy that tried to bayonet you. Translated some of it.
Yeah, it was that guy.
Mostly personal, but you might want to have a look at it.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
These were also human beings with families and loved ones.
Everyone's got someone to return to.
Yeah. Well, another war movie we watched that I won't mention by name, we saw like the ramifications of that in the ending.
Sure.
Whoa!
Damn, is the whole press corps?
I'm gonna say he's the expert. Listen to him.
What the hell happened here, Joe?
Still trying to figure that out. I'll get back to you.
The reporter's being reported on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like now he's in a unique position between the two. More than just a reporter, not quite a soldier.
What was the key to your victory, Colonel?
Sir, tell us how you feel.
What victory? Do you know how many men we lost?
Have you notified the family, sir?
Dude, have some sensitivity with these I'm not even answering this shit. It's like I get it. They're doing
the
a
fragile interplay.
Yeah, I get it. They're doing their job, but like I'm not.
Yeah, like
I just survived this crazy ass battle. I lost so many men.
How could you feel to question? Yeah, like
sorry.
What is there to say? And that's one of those wartime conundrums. It's like, you know, we need to know something, but what do you say? And how do you convey any of this experience to people back home? You know, where do you begin? Wow.
what a image. Is that Barry Pep? I think it is.
Yeah. All the rags and tubes and medical equipment.
Glad you made it, son.
Thank you, sir.
I'll never forgive myself.
For what, sir?
That my man died and I didn't.
I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let them know the horror and carry the spirits forward. God, and we've barely even left this one patch of grass.
All of our men living and dead are off the field, sir. Well done, sir, Major.
Promise kept. Every man is off the field. That's a powerful shot.
Yeah.
Wow. So I really love this score.
Yeah.
It's almost got a James Horner-esque feel to it, but I don't know if it is.
Really well chosen instrumentation.
Yeah, I love it. Wow,
And
beautiful
off
image.
into the overexposure, off into the sun,
Yeah.
off into the light. Fade to white.
Fade to white.
Yeah.
Fade to white / transition. Is that their commander, strategist? Yeah.
Bọn họ tưởng đây là chiến thắng của họ.
I don't think so.
Sẽ trở thành là một cuộc chiến của người Mỹ. Với kết quả giống nhau, mọi người sẽ chết ở đây trước khi chúng ta đến đó.
Those will be even greater.
Wow.
And it's so dark over here now. Like
In Saigon, Halmore's superiors congratulated him for killing over 1,800 enemy soldiers.
Oof. Oh.
Then ordered him to lead the men of the 7th Cavalry back into the Valley of Death.
Christ.
He led them and fought beside them for 235 more days.
Wow.
Jesus. That's insane.
God, 3 was like a trip to hell.
235 more of those.
Yeah, Jesus.
And this woman had to wait 235 more of those as well. Like, that's a battle in itself too.
Yeah.
Not comparing physical, but it is a mental battle too.
Isn't there someone at the door?
Damn. Seems like the kids have aged, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we haven't seen them in a couple hours now, but I think they've aged. I mean, it's been about a year almost. So.
Oh.
Better than any telegram. Mm. I love you too.
No.
Mm.
Wow, boy.
Children, your daddy's home.
Wow.
I was gonna say you are not ever allowed to leave home again.
For others, their only family would be the men they bled beside.
Ugh.
There were no bands,
Oh, man.
no flags, no honor guards to welcome them home. They went to war because their country ordered them to.
Yeah, drafted.
But in
This
the
is
end, they
rough.
fought not for their country or their flag. They fought for each other.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they came back to probably so much derision.
I have no words to express to you.
Oh.
The world is a lesser place without it, but I know he is with God and the angels. Even heaven is improved by his presence there.
Oh.
I know you too are sure
That's
of
the
this.
man
and yet,
the tried to bayonet him.
with abiding respect and affection.
Ugh.
God, yeah, this must have been the most exhausting manuscript of your
PTSD
whole
manuscript.
life. Yeah.
In the silence of the night, we will always hear the screams.
Yeah, my hands would be trembling the whole time I'm trying to type it out.
Oh.
So this is our story.
Wow.
The monument.
But we were soldiers once, and young.
As the title. Wow. Wow. Panel 3 of the East Vietnam War Monument. Wow.
I know it was that many.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. God rest the souls. Wow. And we end on a hymn. Oh. I got a church service. Just need a moment.
Take as much time as you need, my brother.
Where no rockets fly or bullets sing.
Madeleine Stowe. Okay. She was in Last of the Mohicans.
Oh, I've never seen Last of the Mohicans.
It's killing me.
Add it to the list. Yeah, every one of these makes me wonder, of all the kinds of special features, part of me always with war movies is like, yeah, what were the historians you consulted? You know, what went into supervising the authenticity of this? Because there's, you know, throughout war cinema, there's so much of that, obviously. Oh, boy. All right. Andrew.
Yes, John.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Well, by the way, if you guys are listening to us on Apple or Spotify, if you don't mind dropping us a rating, we would so appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know a ton about the Vietnam War, but the way they humanized a lot of these characters, I just thought was very fascinating. I also thought it was extremely fascinating how we saw the perspective of the side of the Vietnam soldiers as well and the strategies that they were employing. Because a lot of times we usually only see it from one perspective. So I really found it interesting to see it from both point of views. I mean, it wasn't like the major focus, but again, I did appreciate that Randall Wallace, you know, again, I know he was adapting it from a book, but still, I found that really quite interesting to see from both sides like that. Just and also, too, just that these are also, too, whether you agree or disagree with the conflict, whether it's from America or whether it's from Vietnam, these are also human beings at the end of the day. Like, you know, seeing at the end the soldier that Mel Gibson's character, that Colonel Moore took out, even though it was self-defense, clearly, because he was about to bayonet him, you know. He still took someone's husband. And, you know,
everybody has a life. Everybody has people. Yeah, and everybody has their existence outside of the political situation.
To me, that was, I don't know if arc's the right word, but when he sent it to the woman, I assume that was Colonel Moore that sent back the red book and the picture, because they had that property on them. So I'm assuming he sent it back to her.
I would have to imagine.
To me, that was kind of a little bit of a stepping stone towards an arc in terms of, I mean, we already know that his character was a very compassionate human being, at least in terms of his soldiers, his brothers in arms. He's very motivational, and from that perspective. But when it comes to the enemy, it's like, hey, I'm going to stomp at you. But in terms of, he took up a little bit of depth from Chris Klein's character, and Chris Klein's character is like, hey, I'm going to do everything in my power. Like, hey, I'm going to protect and defend my brothers in arms, but I don't want to. I want to make sure that I don't make anyone orphaned out here or family-less, if you will. Like, I don't want to make anyone lose any family members out here as well on the opposition side.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though Mel Gibson again was defending his life in that situation, he had no other choice there. You know, that was something like having the compassion to send that back in that situation. Like, I feel that was such a very, it resonated with me, that moment. Just sent that little thing of sending that back to that woman who lost her husband. You know, I mean, she didn't know the context of, he was going after someone, and it doesn't matter what the situation was.
No, absolutely.
You know, she lost her husband. That's all that matters. And a lot of people lost lives in this awful war. So, like, you know, again, just I just feel like it was a little bit of an arc in terms of that sense, like, because Chris Klein was doing what Mel Gibson asked of him, of never leaving someone behind, always stand. And Chris Klein had a great opportunity to get out of there when Willie was shot, and he didn't. He was following Mel Gibson or Lieutenant Colonel Moore's order of, we don't leave our brothers behind. We get in there and we protect them, or we run in after them, and he did that because of the motivation and just how incredible of a leader that Mel Gibson's character was. And so now he partook a little bit of his character onto himself. And I appreciated, like, the humanity in these soldiers. Because, again, a lot of times, too, when I watch some of these war films, depending on which film it is, like, a lot of times I'm like, okay, these guys are just going to, I mean, obviously a lot of times these characters, depending on what war it is, can be just drafted. But, but other times it's like, okay, these guys just want to get out here and just want to put death to the other soul, to the opposition. And I appreciated the compassion and the humility and just humanizing these characters. It resonated with me, and I loved it. It spoke deeply to me, and I loved those moments. Again, we'll get into the action and how it's incredibly visceral and graphic and all that was, and just how well shot. And Randall Wallace, just incredible job of directing and the acting and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that I just thought that was like, again, I really appreciated those character moments in this film.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's easy in lots of conflicts, obviously, to think of it as like, oh, it's our team versus your team, and to kind of characterize your enemy as simply that. And, again, from my limited historical vantage point, I do know that the Vietnam War is one of the more heavily debated in terms of just all of the circumstances that led to our involvement there and the situation as a whole. And yeah, I'm right there with you. I really appreciated those notes that suggest that, like, yeah, again, there is this conflict that we've all been summoned into, and yet so much of all of our collective experiences are probably about the same or very similar. And it's just down to a few ideological points, that are, fueling the conflict and keeping us separated and keeping us in this, state of conflict and carnage. And yeah, like I really did appreciate that. It made me curious because I don't think it's necessarily a fault of the movie, because I appreciated. It's interesting. Any war movie is kind of there are multiple things you can do and acknowledge and explore. And I feel like every war movie has its own blend of how it wants to go about that in terms of the visceral experience of boots on the ground and, being in the thick of conflict. Then there's the political context of, like, what is what are the interests and or atrocities that are, being addressed in this action. And then there are the more direct sort of tactical things. I don't know. Yeah, there's the greater historical context, there's the political context, and then there's the intimate, personal, boots on the ground context.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like we definitely got a glimpse at both sides in terms of just like the cunning back and forth. It's not a cat and mouse game, but like where you're watching a chess match, the most
very true.
Visceral, horrific chess match. That's like a friggin' mess, like from my base understanding of the Vietnam War conflict in general. Like, this seemed like it was a particularly ugly and violent and harsh experience, and it does make me curious in terms of because the movie isn't so concerned with the political side of this. I like that we got to see from both perspectives. They do kind of keep, the Vietnamese side is a bit more removed. So you mostly get the tactical and the cunning, and you do get the human through that guy with the bayonet. You get that. You don't get as much of their perspective in terms of, like, why are we fighting this conflict? Why is it here at our home turf? What is this? What circumstance are we all here under from their point of view? We're not really here to do that. I could have I would have been interested to have an element of that, or to have an element of because, again, so much of the time we spend with the American soldiers in this movie is about, the camaraderie, the brotherhood, the compassion, looking toward less the physical grit is obviously a part of it, but so much of this movie is about, again, the bond and the mental fortitude and resilience you have to have, and the senselessness and chaos, and the way in which you are in a unique position that so many people in the world and so many people around you are kind of involved with and have their own feelings about, and yet anybody who's actually on that battlefield are part of like a unique and exclusive and horrible club. And you really, 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 really feel that from the American side. With the Vietnamese side, you get a much more limited version of that. So part of me would just be curious at some point to see a war movie where you really kind of get both arguments and get both sets of humanity kind of fully engaged, so that you can really ponder some wars are more simple than others in terms of, looking at the circumstances and seeing who might be closer to being in the right or closer to being in the wrong.
Right.
But yeah, as it stands,
I see what you're saying. From an ideological point of view, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, like we didn't really get that intimate, and again, not that we have to. I did think that what we did see of the opposite side was very well observed, in that even when it was mostly functional, and even when it was like, okay, their general, their leader here is coming up with strategy and giving out orders and stuff like that, and they're regrouping, and they're confident because they're breaking our lines, and now they're retreating because we've broken through their lines. And I liked that we got that, and I certainly appreciated the tie around with they both got their letter ultimately, kind of paralleling the Chris Klein character and the guy with the glasses and the bayonet. Like this as an experience as a war movie was so striking, and it took a minute to get going for me, especially because we've seen a higher concentration of war movies lately. But I really appreciated the build into the story, meeting everybody, and getting I think this movie did a nice job of looking through the character lens, because we've seen movies like Apocalypse Now where you have the harsher elements. We have the angrier, the more we're playing Ride of the Valkyries, where Arlie Ermy is yelling all the profanities and stuff like that. You have movies like Saving Private Ryan where you're thrown in immediately to one of the most intense sort of seaside battle. You have all these flavors of all these prolific war movies, and I think what was interesting and set this apart was that there was certainly all of the requisite violence and carnage and action and mutilation that will give you pause and show you something that you hadn't considered, that is just like the banal, is common on a battlefield. All that stuff is, all the requisite war movie stuff is there. But I thought the way this framed its perspective was really unique and impactful, because you get the initial bits, with the team coming together and starting to build some of that camaraderie, and you then proceed toward the conflict. And it's like you have that party, and you can tell the wives are already kind of bracing for the trauma, while the husbands are sort of having to raise their morale and kind of get themselves hyped up to go out into what everybody knows deep down is going to be a horror, and is going to be a nightmare, and is going to change everybody no matter what, and people probably aren't going to come back, and all that. And then you get there and you get into the conflict, and it's so visceral, and it's so straight and intense and nonstop, and it's just like
roller coaster.
Nothing feels glorious. Like, there are little moments. Everything's in little moments. There are moments of respite. There are moments of a sigh of relief, or like a minor victory, but really everything is kind of a mess, and it reminds you that I have to imagine, it's like everyone's got their opinions on war, and everyone's got their own experience or lack thereof with violence. In fact, most of us, at least here, don't have much firsthand experience with intense violence. And I appreciated, that this movie just seemed to really want to look at all the humans here and kind of see what the toll is, and what you have to be able to like mind over matter. That one scene where he's talking to the radio guy who's like on the verge of breaking down, and he's like, hey, no, you did good. You can't focus on this right now. You just have to lead, in your own way. Each of us has to kind of be prepared to be cut off and put in a position where we have to assume leadership. Each of us has to focus on.
And that does happen.
Yeah. And it's like, we know so much about the Vietnam War in that there was so much backlash here at home. Soldiers were certainly met upon return with derision and protest. Certainly a stark contrast from people coming home safe from World War II, where there was a much more, at least stateside, much more agreeable and united front in that respect. Whereas, here you got a lot of, you got, I think, a satisfying blend of the ensemble with some particular individuals.
Right.
And Mel Gibson's character is at the center of it, certainly, and he is, in a lot of ways our protagonist. But even we recently, I don't know when this is going up in relation to other videos, but we recently watched The Patriot, Tara and I, and that movie is like starring Mel Gibson. He is like the central character. It's still an ensemble piece, but it's very much about him. Whereas here, that wasn't as much the case, and I thought his performance, I appreciated his performance, and there was more of a subtlety that I had to kind of peel back, having the Barry Pepper character start out as the narrator and be the bookend, and he is, a journalist who, again, is in the thick of things, so he's kind of in between two worlds, because then you have the press corps come in at the end, and like even that is sort of a weird alien situation where it's like, whoa, we were just in the heat of battle, and now I've got cameras and microphones and questions in my face, and I think no matter what you think and conclude in terms of the reasoning and the sense behind whatever conflict, something like this again really kind of just reinforces I am not a person who is in major support of a lot of military action and conflict, but one thing I'll never I know that it takes a special kind of resolve and fortitude to be able to step onto a battlefield like this, or any battlefield at all, and perform and have your brother's backs, your sister's backs, whoever it is. I cannot imagine the undertaking that is, and I have endless respect for, no matter what, we live in a world where violence happens, injustice happens, and sometimes military conflicts will just they're just a part of life. It's like he explains to his daughter, it's like, sometimes these things happen, nobody wants it to happen, but sometimes it is a reality, and in that reality, all the respect for people who can lay down their lives, B, if you make it through, go back, continue fighting for this cause on behalf of us all. Again, I'm not the most, nationalist-minded person. I'm not the most, overtly patriotic kind of person even, but I do have a tremendous amount of respect and reverence for this. Just, again, a movie like this, I think, illustrates just, what the undertaking is, and the fact that so many of the circumstances and theoretical aspects fade away in the heat of carnage and senselessness. I can't
also
imagine.
Like we've been mentioning too, I think this film did a great job highlighting it's a total team effort as well. I mean, we saw just how important characters like Snake Shit and Too Tall were. I mean, they really relied on,
and they didn't make him he's one of the main characters. He's always there, and he's always having,
always his presence is looming,
and you can see him affected by all this stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
You can see how everyone's being changed in ways that don't necessarily always need to be spoken. And I think it handled that really well.
Another thing I really appreciated in this film was just watching again, anyone who's watched me on this channel knows I'm a very big fan of watching people do strategic things, people in really tough situations, just playing the chess game moves, and the way
performing that under pressure,
and under pressure too, and the way what they do to Colonel Moore's character, all right, we know right away he's a really smart guy when it comes to strategy and all that, and also that he's brave beyond words, as all the soldiers were. But first of all, they gave him this ridiculous task of, they mentioned at that party with their wives and all the men there, they say, you got to do this. He's like, yeah, we're going to do that. Okay, but all right, I'll do it. Then they're like, okay, so you're going to go in. How many men are we going to be facing off against? A lot, so we don't know. Okay, and then another crazy impossible situation comes up, and he calls it broken arrow or whatever he says. But again, I just love under these crazy constraints and dire situations, he's just able to improvise and come up with these great strategic, things under pressure. And
he's able to perform in a situation that seems like it is hopeless and seems like it's doomed to fail.
I love characters like that who are able to do that,
not giving up, even though this seems like, and constantly too. We had a very limited perspective of like back home or Washington or who's up the chain of command in whatever air conditioned office, but like acknowledging that like things are super different just here on the ground, and you handed us this. You don't understand what you're instructing us here. Like, you don't understand the situation that you're trying to instruct.
And not only did I appreciate about his character that he actually followed his promise of staying on the ground. He said, I'm going to be the first one on the field, and I'm also going to be the last one off the field before any bodies are until the last body's off. I appreciated that about him. He's a man of his word and convictions. And also, again, the strategic nature of his character. And again, just being able to improvise and perform under pressure was just, I love that. And also, too, before we get into the trivia, besides, making me bawl out like a little baby, rightfully so, like
the
4
wives,
or 5
man.
different. Oh, yeah, those scenes were just
that
powerful.
Whole
Like,
sequence.
again, there was a battle in itself for those women. Again, I'm not comparing what the men had to go through in a physical battle like that. Like, that's a mental and physical battle in itself.
It's all different, but
it's totally different.
It's
but that's
bad for everyone
it's
in a unique way.
Yeah, it's not a competition or a comparison, so please do not take it that way. I'm just saying it's a difficult task for these women as well.
But
that's all I'm saying.
They're pulled into a unique club, too, where they're almost in the exact opposite kind of horrible scenario where you just got to pretend everything's okay. You don't know if your partner is coming back at all, and you're probably not getting much word, and you probably have only like the news and stuff to really go off of.
And then, as you said, like receiving that information and then having to tell your children about it.
And the whole thing with the taxi cab driver being like that was a great little moment, and it speaks to there are a lot of moments like that across this movie where that guy comes and she initially snaps at him because that was kind of unceremonious and all that, and he's like, you can feel the toll on him being like, I'm not supposed to be the one doing this. I hate being the one to deliver these letters too. And this is, again, in some way, this is bad and traumatizing and life altering for everyone involved. And it's like we didn't even spend that much time with the wives, but when you cut back to that sequence and them, getting each other's back in sort of an unspoken way, and Keri Russell stepping up and being like, look, I know the emotional weight to carry that this must be, I'll help you with that. And then her having to bring the letter to her when Chris Klein, when his letter comes in, like, it's making me emotional again just thinking about it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And the fact that that's just as effective in a whole other way than as the stuff, cut to, in Vietnam, thick of battle, there are two kinds of hopelessness. And again, this movie constantly had, it's like it had all the viscera and it had all the violence and it had all the, physical conflict of a war movie, like you're used to. But I felt just like the tone throughout felt, it's like every war movie is commenting on humanity and what war does to you, but this feels like, at least here and now in the afterglow, this feels like the most sort of like compassion forward war movie I've experienced, in a sense, because like it constantly had me aware of, again, just like how scary, confusing, overwhelming, and like it's such a sensory experience, and it's so well captured. And again, we've seen well captured war movies that have unique ways of embellishing and depicting these different maneuvers, and this I didn't realize even was like a test run sort of for helicopter based combat and maneuvering and whatever, helping supporting with helicopters involved, and so I don't know. Yeah, this just it hit my heart and my feelings in a way that a lot of, again, like war movies are charged with so much emotion, but this had a unique flavor of emotion to me that it always felt compassionate, and it always felt like it was kind of aware of the mournful nature of this, no matter what the political side would be.
And I love that they also gave a lot of these characters, they gave them their moments. Like even with the character of Savage, the one who plays Gary Bertier in Remember the Titans, and he was also in Saving Private Ryan. Like, again, that moment where they set him up in the training towards the beginning, they said, what are you going to do in this situation if he's killed off and he's killed off? He's like, you need to assume the command and like that.
Move.
Yeah, you need to move. And it prepared, like, again, that's why Mel Gibson's character, Colonel Moore, he was he really prepared these guys for battle. I mean, obviously not everyone survived, but still, like, had he not trained him that way,
this could have been worse.
That would have been
somehow. This could have been worse.
Yeah. But again, but that was good, foreshadowing for his character, and just he prepared him the right way. So.
And it fits it fits what I know of this conflict, in that certainly this was not a cut and dry one for us. This is a more one of the more tragic and arguably misguided scenarios in American history. And I feel like the tone of this movie certainly supports that in a way that certainly, again, honors the sacrifice and the undertaking and the physical, emotional, spiritual toll that it takes on you to do this. And the fact that, I almost feel like, without all the political stuff that has been well trodden in the forefront of this movie, it does kind of exactly hone in on, it's basically, what are you actually fighting for? It's mostly the lives of your brethren and hopefully making it home.
No, that was a powerful line when he said the soldiers who were drafted and had no one to come back home to, they were fighting for their brothers.
Yeah, and I mean, just real quick, like all the technical stuff, like the photography was beautiful.
So
I thought
good.
the music was really well complimentary.
Yeah. Nick Lenny Smith is the composer, by the way. He did The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta see The Rock.
And The Man in the Iron Mask.
I thought that all those elements were great. Obviously, the physical effects in terms of explosions,
squibs,
blood gags and gore gags and squibs, and
amazing.
And I mean,
one shot with the leg, with the burn victim.
And I mean, and a lot of times, the physical effects, also account for, if you have somebody firing a gun, usually there's somebody off camera with another, like, the equivalent of like a paintball gun or a BB gun or something to fire to where you're pointing, like the person on screen is pointing the gun, and it create like the pop in the sand or whatever it is across the way. Somebody else is off screen kind of firing an actual projectile at that. The actor's not firing. Like, so like those elements, the physical effects elements were really on point. And then, just like the way it used the setting and the location, it's like it's so confined to a couple places once you get there. And yet it still feels like really in real time over these couple days. The pacing, the acting, and just like, again, the editing and cinematography together, like the amount of moving poetic chaos and carnage that they were able to, compose out of this was quite gripping. Quite gripping.
Should I read some trivs?
Let's do that.
Okay. Sam Elliot became so close to the real Basil L. Plumley and his family that during Plumley's funeral with military honors, Elliot sat in the front row beside Plumley's daughter as she received the folded flag.
Oh, wow. Jeepers.
The real Harold G. Moore and Joseph Galloway traveled back to Vietnam after the war and met the real, I apologize if I mispronounce any names,
Nguyen?
Nguyen, thank you. Nguyen, who, and as part of their research for the book, so they could understand the battle strategy of the North Vietnamese at La Drang, Drang. Moore claimed that he and had no bitterness and respected each other as soldiers. I always felt that way. Like, I kind of said it during the reaction. Like, again, even though they were not physically on screen together, it felt like there was a respect
You're
level
still
there.
learning each other.
Yeah, we're playing We're playing chess with each other.
You're meeting each other through all your respective
moves.
Men and your maneuvers.
Yeah, absolutely. The real Joseph D. Galloway stepped out of the movie theater during a scene, but still approved the film. His explanation was, and I quote, "This was my nightmare for 36 years. I don't want to see it again." Totally understandable.
100%.
I get
Respect.
it.
No, I feel you. You were there. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You don't ever have to watch a movie ever again if you don't want it.
Yeah. One of the real-life officers who survived the battle was Lieutenant Rick Rescarella, who is the main figure on the cover of General Moore's book on which the movie was based. A biography of Mr. Rescarella's very interesting life was published in the mid-2000s called heart of a soldier. He died in the 9/11 attacks while employed as the head of security for Morgan Stanley, while making sure all of the company's employees had gotten out of the World Trade Center, and they had.
Wow, man.
Surviving the Vietnam War to only then lose your life in the 9/11 tragedy in the World Trade Center.
And by the sound of it, using your expertise, keeping that resolve going.
Damn.
Wow.
God rest your soul, my friend.
Truly.
Jeepers. John, I'll read a couple more, then we'll call it. John Hamm later said in tribute to Sam Elliott that the 58-year-old actor participated in the boot camp training of the he participated in the boot camp training of the cast without exemption.
Wow.
Good for him, dude.
Yeah.
He's Sam Elliott's he's a tough man.
He's out here.
Yeah.
He's always playing those gruff roles.
He is. I'll do two more. Right. Both sides claimed victory.
Of course. Oh, this was a nasty one.
Yeah. The photographer Joseph Galloway married the daughter of Captain Thomas C. Metzger, who gave up his seat on a chopper to a soldier who was more severely wounded. Metzger was subsequently shot. I would assume that's Clark Coulson's character, I think. I don't know. But that's what it sounds like. I don't know, though. Let us know in the comments if that's who that character was. When Second Lieutenant Henry Herrick, Marc Blucas, that was Marc Blucas was the character. He was the one shot right in the hip. Okay. He ran after the soldier at the very beginning. I said he was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Summer Catch.
He was Riley, right?
Yes.
He was
Marc
Riley.
Blucas. Forgot his name. When Second Lieutenant Henry Herrick, played by Marc Blucas, is fatally wounded in giving his final orders, his pupils are small, as you pointed out.
Yeah,
and he is looking up into the bright sky. When he dies, they can be seen to be fully dilated over the course of a few seconds, as would happen in real life.
I sat there and looked at that, and I was like, I guess that must be what happens.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially in this kind of movie, I don't think they would, go for some kind of weird gag like that.
Yeah, fascinating.
Absolutely. And every one of these makes me want to go, and I really would love to find a resource that can. It's like, we studied world history and social studies in like elementary, junior high, and high school to some extent. Less so in university. And now at this stage of my life, I'm thinking back and I'm like, man, I would love to find a resource that I can go back to and regain this information and learn a more nuanced perspective, just because now I'm older and I have, the capacity for that.
For sure.
And so, if anybody's made it to this point in the video and you've got like a podcast or a resource of some kind that's a good digest for, again, going back. Because another thing, I guess, in closing, that I appreciated that they represented in Mel Gibson's character was that, he was certainly concerned with battles of the past and war history and they were going back to Custer and things like that and that's smart. You got to know your history if you're going to try and not repeat it.
Absolutely.
And obviously these are big, giant interlocking scenarios with a whole bunch of interests contributing to them. But I appreciated that while this focused on one conflict, it was mindful of the history of conflict,
Yeah. Also would love to hear in the comments too, before we close, let us know, how do you feel this film is in the pantheon of Vietnam war films? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a far cry from like a Full Metal Jacket. Like very different experience.
But like, how would you guys rank in your own personal rankings? I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. Leave us your thoughts. Leave us any insights that you would like to hip us to, and we will catch you on the next one. Thank you all for joining us, and leave a comment with some of what you think are the best war movies. And we will, and best just, historical stuff in general. And we will catch you on the next one. Hug everyone you love. Appreciate walking alive on this planet. And be safe out there. It is not a safe world, even at this moment.
Yes.
There is a war on, and there are atrocities happening literally probably as we are speaking these words. So
be safe.
We're not far from things like this, even in the world we live in now. So, just be safe out there, be good to each other, and we'll catch you next time. Much love.